Outstanding.
Welcome again to another video. It's your boy Elder and Thing. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and put it on all so you can get the notification as soon as I post videos about music production and mixing, so forth. Um, Now for this video, it's not a tutorial video, but being as the formatting of my system, may have a few things that may share. Some, some, a few things I'm going to share. Some things that I have doing unconsciously, and I think it's because of the mindset. Sorry about that. Let me do stuff like this. So, anyways, more of a first, more of a talk about the amount of plugin and how I really structure my plugin. Um, First and foremost, I'm a heavy Pro Tools user as much as I'm a heavy FS Studio user. Also, I use FS Studio to build and pre-mix my beats or balance. No, to build, pre-mix, and balance my beats somewhat before moving over the stems to FL Studio. Sometimes I've done it so good in FL Studio that I don't really only thing would have like if you run it through the bus when I mix the vocals in FL in Pro Tools. Why just I get these things to mix up. Anyways, anyways, um now moving forward, I'm using minimalistic um tools to do my music production. Why? Because I, for one, I don't like install programs in which it can be really bothersome. And after the formatting of my system and thinking about the amount of programs I have to install, I shrink it right down. So what I did, I a couple of projects that I've been working on, a couple of beats I'm sending out to some people. Um, I opened back those files, those FLPs, and look at the list of plugins that are missing from the project. And come to think of it, it's something that I did unconsciously. Um, there's a set of plugins that I use religiously, the course of 2020. Now, um, what I'm going to show you now here is a few plugins. I think it's short a couple of them are short. I think I have installed 3 to 4 plugins, but I guess that's about it when it comes to plugins. What plugins for building beats? However, um, here also I have a few I may religiously use. Me not install all of them yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Anyways, beyond that, still, it's not going to be a lot more like FL Studio. I like FX based plugin. Mostly, I'm going to install um, when it comes on to sound design. Yeah, I'm currently home now, so you'll be hear like a thuds and stuff like that. And it's sometime after 12 in the morning. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 1:25 a.m. in the morning. So you can see I'm pretty up. The kids are up, and so forth like that. Um, Really and truly, why I really want to see a minimalistic is because um, I want to hone in on sounds them more. I have a lot of sounds when it come on to plugins, and plugins that I tend to use is like Contact, Omnisphere, Sample Tank, and just to name a few. And they have a lot of banks that some of them I've created, some of them are picking from sounds that I have acquired along the way in music production. Some of them are sounds that I have adjusted, to suit um, the production, like the genre production wise, because there are certain things in certain sounds that will fit the production or the music that you're doing, while other sounds do not. So I will adjust to my liking. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to create some MIDI packs, some loop packs, some more drum kits. I have drum kits, but I haven't put them up on the website as yet. They are not finished. I have some vocal chops. Here is yeah. I'm working on two. I'm working on the vocal. Where it is? Uh, this. Yeah, just one. I have some to cut out from some sessions. Morning. As I can hear, some noise are in this one, but it adds, you know, certain little things to it. Same in which I'm still working on my urban dancer drum kit and my trap dancer drum kit. Now, so I have several things, but being as um, work and so forth like that, I hasn't haven't gotten the chance to done them in time, but I will be doing so also. For plugins, I tend to stick mostly with library-based plugins, and I have good reason for that because when I library-based plugins, um, they tend to work the way that I really need them to, because I don't have to have this bunch of plugins to have different piano sounds, different synth sounds, different bass. I don't have to have a whole ton load of plugins to be a dancer, producer. Say every new plugin hit the market, me go get it. But then me used to do it, but doing production along the way and maintain your sound, so forth like that, your creativity. At the end of the day, you have to slow down and you have to use one selected set of plugins. As in a case with a beat maker, probably that might different because I am a producer. I produce songs. So in the realms of plugin now, me go stick with certain plugin because certain plugin have certain characteristics about them. So forth. So for argument's sake, sample tank 4. This have a whole bunch of sounds in it. You have arpeggi, bass, brass, drums, ethnic drums, guitar, loops, percussion, piano, effects, strings, synths, you name it, voice, woodwinds, so forth. And these things they come with enormous amount of sound. So for me, as I can say, the plugin load up, it almost take 1 gigabyte a RAM space to even load it up. And loading, argument's sake, loading a piano sound, it even go more. You see, so you really have to have memory, a lot of memory, and CPU usage, CPU power for run plugins like these. Now, I like the reason why I like this plugin is because I don't have to reinstall the library every time I format the system because I format the system recently. So 2 or probably 3 times, I guess, and the reinstallation of the plugin because of the I don't know the bad sectors on the hard drive. I'm not certain. I'm just saying probably just the motherboard did a behave one way, so forth. Whatever the case may be, the system is pretty old now because I had this computer from 2013, so you can guess how really old it is. It's just saying, it is time to let me go now. Go and build a new system in which I need the support for that. So we can do greater things. So me have to be really minimalistic when it come on to sound, and me have to really be precise when it come on to beat making. So being on topic of that, I can't afford to have all these plugins. So if I do buy a 2 terabyte SSD drive, it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg. But why it makes sense to put it in an old system? Yeah, it might work so memory wise and we can install a lot of programs and whatever the case may be, but truth be told, the generation of a CPU sometimes um, affect your workflow because some plugin take longer to load on some systems, or some software tend to take a while to load on some systems than others. So for instance, you have a laptop with a regular mechanical hard drive. Pro Tools on that takes forever to load and it crashes a lot because these programs that are being made nowadays are being made to work on fast systems. So the moment it takes long to load or a particular file or whatever it is, it jams the program and it crash. And then sometimes we blame the DAW. Sometimes then definitely crashing no reason at all. Or we blame the VST. I have quite a running with Serum, so that's one of the reasons why I don't really use Serum that much, only for special things. But I guess my Serum want to update when it come on to that, so that's why. And I'm go check with the website speaking about that. But not on this computer, but this one we tend to keep it offline because for me it tends to give less problem when it offline, because not only when it offline it's stable to some extent, but it is a thing when I notice with it. Alright, you see the computer I have at the studio, whenever Pro Tools or any other software them start give problem upon it, I realize I always check if they download them, if the updates them download that in the computer I want install. So whenever I see the program not behave certain way, or they crash and so on a chip out and all of these crazy stuff, I always know say update come for your system. I don't know, the Windows just behave one certain type of way. After I update, it is okay. But I just that alone I really like about Windows. But the day when Windows 10 that the RTM version come out, I never look back. I not install back Windows 8.1 or Windows Ultimate 64-bit or whatever the case may be. I just Windows 10. And it has worked for me perfectly. So anybody with Windows 7 on them system, good luck with that. 2021, Microsoft go stop supporting. So you and that. Now, back on the topic of plugin, in FS Studio, even with probably this little bit of plugin, you might say, it is more than enough plugin because FL Studio comes with a lot of plugins. Some very nice virtual instrument I'm really using on my beat them from time to time. And there are ways to really sauce up your beat. And in future videos, I'm going to really show you how to really sauce up your beat. The dancer way. I see, because a lot of we doing a lot of things, and regardless of the hybrid music we are producing nowadays, we tend to do some crazy things in which it spoil the beat. A lot of good beat me here, and because of some like stupid little things, it tends to spoil the whole function of the beat or the purpose of what it's supposed to have. But I know when it come on to me and my plugins, everybody know I'm a very heavy contact user. and some people ask me why I use certain plugins, and I have my reasons why, in which it's both good and bad. But beyond the 2 to 4 plugins when I have left to install, anything over that, I am going to be very, very, very selective about it, in which it may really need it installed on the system or not. So, as you can see, I don't install no Waves plugin all now, and Plugin Alliance I don't install at all now. But now it's just plugin them and a few software plugins. I haven't installed them yet, and a couple more. But yeah, I'm going to install them. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in again to another video. It's a boy Eldorado and thing. So until our next video again, peace out.